Alright, hi everybody, it's Evil King of Anime Versus, and I am here to bring you the recent episode of So I Can't Play H, Episode 5. This one was called Invisible Dictionary. I'm going to, obviously, I'm doing this not on my usual thing with the whole recording it through iMovie and everything. I'm going to do it differently. Anyway, moving right along. This episode starts with Mina and another one, LISARA's younger sister. She has a contract with Mina, and apparently in this episode, she's explaining certain things about RYOSUKE, about his personality and all this other stuff, and basically what goes down is when she's telling this story, she gets energy from her. So obviously her mode of energy, Mina, is love, I guess, for RYOSUKE. So she's explaining how, to LISARA's younger sister, what his story is and what's the story with him, and so on and so forth, why she loves him, and saying, even though that's what makes RYOSUKE RYOSUKE, the fact that he is pervy and all this other stuff. And at some point, she leaves the house and she goes on a stroll. LISARA's younger sister, I believe her name is Ryu. Mina calls her something different later on in the episode. And basically, she's walking around and she sees LISARA with RYOSUKE, and they're defeating that demon creature guy thing, and and then he wants to say something to LISARA, but he doesn't know what it is. And eventually he says, "Oh, I'll be better for you. I'll be much more better. I'm going to train and stuff." He basically suggests it. And that's when, all of a sudden, LISARA's sister is she's struck, struck for him now. She, is supposedly now in love with him. And the episode basically just goes on from there, where I guess you could say RYOSUKE, and like I said, this one was called Invisible Dictionary. RYOSUKE is a visible dictionary. He's looking into this dictionary that's invisible. No one else can see but him. That's until we find out later on that, but it happens in this episode too. Mina could see the dictionary, but Ruku, LISARA's sister, she can't see the dictionary, and she says, "Oh, you're in love with him too, so you'll eventually be able to see it." That's what Mina tells her. And he's just basically going through this dictionary, and LISARA wants him to help her, and he won't, and she just goes it on her own. And at one point, she's testing everybody, finding out whose energy is really high. Eventually, she goes to a teacher, LISARA, and checks her, and it's not as high as either. Not really as high either. So, moving right along, while he's, going through this dictionary that he's looking at, Invisible Dictionary, once again, Mina and LISARA's sister are observing him, trying to figure, she wants to see this dictionary so badly, to a point. And what ends up happening is he goes back home, RYOSUKE, and when he goes home, LISARA comes back, and she gets really angry at him because he's totally ignoring her. And she's like, "You're not taking this seriously, and blah, blah, blah," and so on and so forth. And he's pissed off, and then all of a sudden, out of the blue, LISARA just walks out She's pissed off at him, walks out, and once again, Mina and Lisara's sister are walking by, and she's like, "You'll see it eventually, because you love Ryosuke like I do." And I'm like, okay. So moving right along, she leaves Lisara in a huff, and I'm probably gonna upload before I continue this. I'm probably gonna upload this tomorrow. Monday. It's a little late, 2 days late, but what the hell? Anyway, moving right along. She runs and she leaves him, and he storms out as well, trying to find her, and he bumps into Mina and Lisara's younger sister, and out of the blue, he feels this pain in his chest, and you realize that she's in trouble. And he goes right towards her and tries to help her. Now, while when he gets there, she's fighting a demon, the creature that is water type. I thought I'd mention that. And what ends on happening is that he gives her his energy, being horny and all, and she fights. Now, it's not working to some point, and he keeps giving energy, until he uses his visible dictionary, and he's able to give her more energy. And at some point, it seems like, oh, you did it, destroyed the monster. Like I said before, though, the monster is made out of water. That's where its power is. So what ends on happening is the monster fights back and is able to come back, and he kind of destroys Ryosuke's dictionary, invisible dictionary, and Ryosuke can't do anything about it, and the monster grabs him and starts choking him, and Lisara's like, oh, Ryosuke's dead, everybody's sad, and he's just thinking about the pages again, and he looks down on the ground and he sees the pages, one of the pages from his dictionary, and he says a line out loud about being a hero, and he says, this time I'll protect you, Lisara. And what happens is the sword that Lisara used on him in the very beginning of this show, episode 1, he pulls it out, and this huge fucking beam comes out and completely destroys the monster. And after that situation, he falls down, and he's looking at her, and she's covering up, ooh, and he says, oh, thank God, I'm glad that, in other words, he's glad that she's all right. And what happens there, and we get, from there, he wakes up and he sees, Mina, Lisara's sister, and Lisara, and this is really crazy. Lisara's sister now is in love with Ryosuke. You could have seen this coming in this episode. They're like doing tug of war between the two. But this episode actually had a silver lining of, what's the word? Controversy. Well, not controversy, just reveal, if you will, of what's going down. And apparently, the guy who's pulling the strings, he knows that Ryosuke is the one. What I mean by that is, he knows Ryosuke is the one that they are looking for. The special, trying to think. Yeah, the special entity that they need to resurrect the clan. The one that Lisara is trying to resurrect. So, we get that situation, and that's more or less where it ends. I'm actually gonna give this one a higher one. I'm gonna give this one a 4. That's probably crazy for a show like this, but I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5 because I thought what went down was very interesting, and now we got some more interesting things going on with Ryosuke and whatever else is going on. So, should be interesting down the road with So I Can't Play H. Now it seems like he can fight as well, So, yeah. We'll see where this takes us. That's all I got for you guys. I will probably upload this later today. Along with... tomorrow, unfortunately, I didn't get to do the verses. But, do not fret. I will do them tomorrow. What else to say? Oh, yeah, forgot to mention. Tuesday unboxing might be coming your way, people. Bonkai 922 channel. So, this has been the Evil King of Anime Versus. So I Can't Play H. Episode 5. Pretty interesting stuff going on. We'll see where it takes us. See you guys later.